Hello, Receptive Radio Community. Thursday, April 18th. So happy to be here. And I'm coming off an amazing coaching session with one of my clients. We do coaching and healing. I do shamanic practitioner work as well. So I feel really grounded in that when I'm doing it. I feel powerful. I know what I'm doing. But then I go into a networking session this morning where I'm getting coached. And I feel worried. I feel scared because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have all of the skills to be networking. So I need coaching. So coaches, potential clients or clients, whatever seat you're in, there's lots of coaching out there for coaches. I'm one of them. I have coaches coaching me in sales and marketing, in showing up and doing this business. And so this morning I was on a BNI, Business Network International Zoom, our weekly meeting. But this week it was a coaching session from the Mark Simmons, who coached us on referrals and how to tell people how to refer to you. And during the practice breakout sessions, I found myself stumbling about what I was talking about my business. It's just like, as soon as I start having to learn a new way to market myself, I'm stumbling. Does anyone else have this feeling? Like you know what you're doing, and then all of a sudden there's a new skill that you don't know how to use, and you start, wavering. You're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Do I really have to learn this? Put a yes or a no in the comments. Okay, great. Thank you. And then thank you to Nikki Kerman. She put a post in the comment the other day about coaches walking our talk and resistance to coaching advice. Let's talk about this, and please put some questions in there, or put some, discussion. I wish we could actually verbally discuss. It's not on Zoom, unfortunately. This is Facebook Live, but what I noticed in this session I just had with my client is like, it was perfect coaching for me. So I heard myself giving her advice that I need to listen to. So mindset shift. She was saying, why can't I? Why can't I? And I remember a few weeks ago, I did an episode about this where I was saying, why can't I? Why can't I? So right away, I was like, okay, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So I was coaching myself again through another person. So keep an eye out for this. Do any of you notice when your clients show up, whatever you're offering them in service is exactly what you need at the same time? Put a yes in the comments or a no. Yeah, so the whole session was basically a session for me to get back into my power about, yeah, I do know what I'm doing. And I can shine at what I'm doing. And when I'm learning a new skill, to give myself a break and to be coachable. So then after the BNI networking meeting this morning, I had another group coaching call where I was the client, not the coach. And I asked for help. And the person who asked a question right before me was asking a question that was totally related to what I was needing to get to know, like the answers I was looking for. And it was all about not wavering, to being firm and in our power. So we're going to do some of that practice in a little bit, about getting back into alignment with our purpose and being in our power, because that is when we attract the prosperity to ourselves. And it's so often when we're learning how to market and to offer our services, where we start wavering, we start, oh God, I have to network now. Or last week I was telling people, I should have started this 3 years ago before I quit my job as an accountant. I should have been preparing myself. And you know what? 3 years ago, I was getting coaching and learning about sales and marketing while I was working full time, still making 6 figures. and I didn't network. And my coaches were constantly telling me, you have to network, you have to do reach outs, you have to follow up, you have to do these things. And I was thinking, well, I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, now I'm kicking myself because now I have, well, I'm maxed out on time all the time, it seems, but I need to keep getting more clients. So I have to do it now. I should have been expanding my network 3 years ago and doing what they told me 3 years ago. So do you ever find yourself not doing what your coaches recommend because you're not ready for it, or because you don't have time for it, or you're not prioritizing it as the thing that will move the needle forward for your business? Put a yes or a no in the comments. And then also tell me, what is that thing that your coach keeps telling you? What is it? Like, what is the thing that you keep hearing your coach tell you that you aren't doing? Or what is the thing that you're doing that your coach has told you and you're finally doing it? If you want to share, that'd be great. So one of the things that I finally got the message about, which I've been hearing for 3 years, is batch your work. So yeah, what a lifesaver to actually batch my work. And so I was already putting power blocks on my schedule, but I found myself not using it. So then I had to actually say, no, you're going to write sales copy during this 3 hours. You're going to record videos during this 3 hours. I had to be more specific with myself, because I can get lost in going through my email or, those errand things, or decide to go to the grocery store in a time slot where I have no client fulfillment. So I have to be really specific about what I'm going to do to keep the needle going forward. So what is it for you that you can be a little bit more specific about, that your coach has been recommending to you when you put it on your calendar and you schedule it to get done? Because I've been in coaching sessions and group coaching sessions when other people are asking questions and I'm listening, and I say, okay, I'm doing that. But really, am I doing it? Am I doing it? Am I doing it effectively? So does that resonate with you? Yeah, it's just interesting to, I'm just looking at my notes here. It's just interesting to watch ourselves a bit more around the word coaching. I went and looked on Google, what is the definition of coaching? Like, so what is it? What does coaching mean? And it was about the gist of like empowering, guiding our clients, seeing the potential in them and bringing it to the forefront and helping them to do their potential. And that is exactly what we do. And that is exactly what we want for ourselves. To be in our star potential, to shine who we really are, to do our purpose work. But as soon as we have to learn like a new arm of the business to put it into, to make it better, to make it more prosperous for ourselves, I noticed that there's this contraction of like, oh, I have to do this now. Yes, we do. And the best way to keep moving forward is to keep asking the questions, keep showing up at the group coaching calls, getting the laser coaching, putting up your hand, asking the questions, doing what your coach is recommending. So in this session today with my client, and I've been working with this client for, I think, 3 years, maybe longer. And so we know each other pretty good. What is that? All of us are half-assing, as RJ says. Yeah, we're all half-assing. Okay, so anyway, I'm working with this client who I've known for 3 years, and I'm actually, she's progressed, she's grown. There's a lot of work that's happened, And still, I find myself saying the same things. And so it doesn't mean that it's the same thing that it was 3 years ago, but it's actually the same recommendation. So it's like a spiral. We're going up this spiral all the time, and the same, you know, transformation is required, but in a higher frequency. So every new arm, okay, I'm networking, I'm learning all of the networking tools and tips and practices, speaking and that kind of thing. And every time I get resistance and like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I get fearful or whatever, I just keep going through scared. I just do it scared. I do it anyway. And I show up. I'm good with making mistakes. But when I'm in a client session, I don't want to be making mistakes. I want to be sharp. I want to be on the ball. And that's the easy part, is the client fulfillment. We know how to fulfill for our clients. It's all the other aspects of the business that, that we're learning so that we can launch. We're building a whole infrastructure here so that we can be visible, we can be credible, and we can be profitable. And keeping ourselves present is the game changer. It's the one that is going to be like a laser that cuts through all of the fear and the resistance. Staying present is going to keep us aligned with our goal. And our goal is to do our purpose, be powerful at it, and be prosperous at it, while we're learning all of these skills to become even better and better and better and better at it. And so when we start wavering about, oh, I have to learn this one, or I have to follow up, I have to do that, the best thing to do is notice, and take it to your coach. Write them an email, text them, however you connect with your coach or mentor or spiritual teacher or healer. Jot it down, notice it, watch yourself. So I'm often telling my clients, just watch yourself. Notice every time you say, why can't I? Interesting. Notice that you're wavering, that you're like feeling sick or nauseous about that next big move that you need to make for your business. So you just got to keep watching. Number one, notice. Keep asking for help. Because as a group, like especially when we're in a group setting, we're helping each other. So whatever I'm talking about right now, I'm sure some of you are feeling the same. And then put in the comments if you have more to add. Like, please teach me, teach the group, teach all of us. I want us to be an open forum where we can share and grow and network together. Because I have more than one coach. And I have more than one client. So, there's opportunity here. We're helping each other. We're supporting each other. Okay. And then coming back to this alignment and presence. So Amara Hamilton, one of our teachers that many of the members in this group have, she's always doing this, Well, this is like a somatic response that helps you to train yourself that as soon as you do this, you actually come into your central alignment, your central core or your vertical alignment. And it instantly reminds you, yeah, get present. I like to say, put on your presence, get in your presence. And so do this right now. Put your arm in this position and like with authority, and you're like commanding yourself, no, or yes, I'm present. Yes, I'm present. Yes, I'm present. And just notice how your energy kind of collects into the core of you, inside your body. Even now, I feel clearer. I feel even more confident about what I'm talking about. And I'm moving, I can feel like this field of energy really collecting inside of me. And I'm getting more present. That head voice is turning off. I'm down in my lower body. I'm feeling my feet on the ground and I'm present. Are you noticing it? Put a yes in the comments. And if you're doing the replay, put hashtag replay in the chat when you see this video. So, I'm also doing this, like I'm just automatically doing this. It's kind of bringing me to my heart space. It's just guiding me there. This is a common mudra, prayer hands. There's an emoji for it even. Bringing yourself into your heart space. And sometimes we put our hands on our lower belly to remind ourselves that we're in our lower body, we're in our body. Or we even touch the back of our head to bring our awareness to the center of our head instead of, out in front of our head. So much more relaxing and easy to communicate when we're present. And, even in this video, even in this episode, I feel way more present right now than I did at the beginning. So just notice how effective what our coaches are teaching us. And then when we do it, it works. It works. And even when you get those thoughts about, oh, I already know that, I'm doing it. Keep paying attention. Keep paying attention to what that person is asking in the group coaching call, because there's a nugget, there's a piece of gold in there for you, a reminder. Because you wouldn't be on that call unless you were there to hear it. And so we can always keep reminding ourselves. So I noticed myself with this client today, every word that was coming out of my mouth, I was like, okay, pay attention to what you're saying, Jennifer. And, it was just really effective to be listening to myself, what I was saying to my client, because I needed to hear it again. I needed to hear it. I need to do what I was saying. I have to constantly remind ourselves, because there's so many ways to fall asleep to your own advice, forget it, get lazy, get tired. And so get present. It's a great tool. It's a great arm movement. It's a great way to bring yourself back into your power, feeling good, refreshed, even more alive, energized, because then our life force it's really just contained. It's setting up to contain itself instead of kind of wandering around or pushing into the camera or backing away from showing up in your star potential. So thank you so much for watching this episode. And I really would appreciate if you put in the comments some more things that you're thinking about, or share some experiences you've had with your sessions with clients where you've been coaching yourself, or where you've, didn't think you needed that coaching, where we got defensive, or I already know that. And also share some ideas about what you want me to talk about, or if you're interested in coming on and doing an episode of Receptive Radio with me, that would be really cool. So have a great day. See you next week.